compare kwa Japan. Take this, I'm saying it. Kennedy tama oya campaign ni nyina no. Na wonya da gintie tapes ni hwe videos ni. Asa make tie. Tama no Kennedy. Oya campaign no. Na attention ko videos ni tapes ni so. Na omo ya campaign wi kwato aba. A oto so mienu, Brian to so miensa, Mahmoud Bawumia lead ye no. That was where after the election he had an opportunity of watching the videos. Asema me kan kasa Franco say, me na make. He had the opportunity of watching the videos. Now after watching the videos, Asema me kan kasa Franco say, the man nearly cried. And that's why he has strong character. And go soon. That be American Assembly, come say. If you look at Canada compare kwa Japan, prior to the 2024 elections and the 2023 elections, internal primaries, there was the one gentleman no here Edema Kansas City media. Near friend Kwakuanan. Kwakuanan did Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia term outside the platform of Netu and Kansas City. Can it be sarcasm? Or catch and say, you are not going to use my platform to insult big men. That's what I'm it. Now, if you look at 2025, 2060, the kind of utterance are akoso in this internal primaries, take it from me, it's extremely difficult for them to bring unity. I'm being honest with you. They say unity, beba. Because people even around Canada compare with Japan, they are not happy. Because of some choices of words from people. And they feel and think, say, uncle for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and Uncle to order. I'm taking you back to 2023 to the whole. And where? As some Mabekai, wow, yes, smart, be able to America. Ask yourself, the reason why Kenya compare kwa Japan opted to do campaign with our friend Machopoku Prempe at the expense of Mahmoud Bawumia. Some Mahmoud Bawumia na face. He is a presidential candidate. Open Nipa Bakwa is a charismatic leader. Or control the grassroots. Or move a grassroots move outside the domain jurisdictions of the MPP, among for Penasempa, Kenya compare kwa Japan. And then see, he didn't do campaign with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. I don't want to hear campaign. On Mati Opoku Prempe, and let me tell you the secret today. Canada compare kwa Japan. I catch Mahmoud Bawumia say, if you look at Nkofo Atwa Nwashia, sa Nkofo nya Nkofo medimatem, o medimatem dimiriatem. So it's extremely difficult for me to see them on the same podium doing campaign. Also, the pempe on the pempe, and to catch here already any Mahmoud Bawumia. Number one, the campaign manager at that time, Oparianza, was say, Kennedy at now Parliament 20 years on Kenyans as Mbiada. That time, it went through the veins of Kennedy compare kwa Japan. Or catch here say. Or yeah, about the tuno as same for society, no, and the choices of words of Kafa Kennedy, it went through the veins of Kennedy into a threat to her. Ekas away, means we need enough platforms on your campaign. How a Kumsin? Oko Costa Belta at that time, Mahmoud Bawumia campaign, Costa Belta, on an essence, or the Kennedy atam one Irianim and the Kennedy Philippines. Ekacha Mahmoud Bawumia say, or no, so how a Kumsin in our platforms on your campaign. Aduma kubefi aka se Kenya compare kwa Japan yam mpa mfama na nadwen keka nsem bebre it affected Kenya compare kwa Japan Kenya ka so na podium so on campaign and just me kan chakwe people that were around Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no me campaign no or we friend Kenya compare kwa Japan opted to join Apo. Reason is very simple. I don't even want to see the faces of these particular people. And Jahono now, me Jane said the NPP we used to take as a case study. Say, Jack, these internal elections are here. Everybody should be extremely careful. We should deal with issues. We should attack issues. We should not attack persona or personalities. And I'm saying, say, oh, Debbie, if you look at the party now, maybe I didn't get a I see a 2 abandoned free throw at the bathroom, and I said, I say, I've witnessed a lot of internal primaries. But if you look at this one, now what do you movie Jesus Christ. Kennedy camp versus Bawumia camp. Bawumia camp versus Kennedy camp. As a camp means now one said anti or masem, come Japan camp. Brian Champon kwa wo ma no atomiza ba ko bi no de afam e na ditum e na beka say do mo miensa de ne de na wo nse dan hu nsem bia na wo ho by fluka Kennedy Mahmoud Bawumia Jesus Christ any fire for fire we be ba be Kennedy anopa awia na rebata aba and it do by no the choice of words of some people has really affected the NPP and it is not easy for them to go for reconciliation. I'm being honest with you. Now, Adepoku, Mumfa jobs and creation into Sumami. The reason why Canada complex what Japan is quiet. It's quiet. I'll give you the reason. The reason why I'll give you the reason. Assembly me Cabiano, I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm telling you this morning. MPP. So some will be 2 years to solve your problem. Solve it and solve it early. Solve it and solve it early. Assembly America is an established fact in America. If you look at jobs and creation, Canada compare kwa Japan, a coach. Now members of that job and employment, jobs and employment, maybe wom, your friend Amadaku, maybe wom, your friend Amadaku, or your part of jobs and creation. Go and listen to what the woman said about Canada compare kwa Japan when they were doing their internal primaries. What say? Canada Japan need emotional intelligence. Me won't say can we treat mamu biati asiye. Was it Kennedy? We need emotional intelligence. So Kennedy is not fit to be the president of the Republic of Ghana, whereby he doesn't have emotional intelligence. That person is not fit to be the president of the Republic of Ghana. So today I'm asking, Obia omuni ho o kasa basabasa. Obia na jim wo ayi ewo issues no. Sani pano, how are you going to deal with the president? Thank you, my brother. And that's no employment and jobs. Maybe sin cancer boadu. Kennedy or hini Japan. Kofi Tonto. Ellen Amadaku spokesperson. Joseph Kujo. Now wa wo hem na no pa bia. Wo ye MPP nia for podcast party ne to nchen. Just be honest and sincere to yourself. So be catch now say Kennedy a compare kwa Japan sabi or lack emotional intelligence. Sani pano listen to what the woman said. Was say mint meaning nya jumada. It's answer Kennedy or lack emotional intelligence and no one juma. And we don't know what the future holds. I'm saying the future is an unforeseen event. Adebia wo ye be extremely careful. O kasa no hwe ebi ochina sama wo kano it will come back to haunt you. So Kennedy compare kwa Japan where and you where Kofi Tonto ne bono. Kennedy doesn't have a problem with Kofi Tonto. Kennedy doesn't have a problem with Joseph Kuju. Only Mavis in cancer body need problem. But I'm saying this on authority. Asembia me can be no crabia means ro me can no crash ro amada kwa ka asam dia fa no ho wadi Kennedy compare kwa Japan atam Kennedy da so ya no da so onimu. Eno panipa ba ko a oya na de oya ma hu so no wo problem e Kennedy compare kwa Japan on ni tron chow you no fake up. You no fake up. And if you listen to the kind of words, so a do baby a second year compare kwa Japan ya biena gym wakwa kwa operation ya biena gym and na gym na ya bieno papa ni dia ensi so go and look at the kind of unpleasant and filthy words they use against Kennedy compare kwa Japan and to no so kwa ko videos na tie atnas din an said habi and no be ho e course antwa ye ankoye and as I say me keep mute. Me ma no nkasa. Me a me mo ye bo so a me nyew. Tiaso America no. Me a me mo ye bo so a me nyew. This is what is happening in the new petrol. Ni I didn't tell you about bontin nyina. O ye nka obi ade o. Kennedy a compare kwa Japan asem nkwa ne ye ka. O hwe communication a edin bebre wom communication edin bebre wom uko rosa edin bebre wom. People are talking about it. But when be a center stage net drupa, a Kennedy compare kwa Japan. I don't know how the general secretary and the acting chairman of the NPP they are going to solve this. The kind of problems are equals with the NPP. Man, where you are Alan number 2, ala no matumbe Kenya compare kwa Japan Mahmoud Bawumia enyo mu mienu o omo di o match no always have issues. Now ask yourself, e de benti na omanfo bia letter ma bonten that supposed fake letter ba bonten no was linked to Kenya compare kwa Japan. Why say mfe dutu mu ho na ama? Why say mfe kwa Japan ho na ama? Why say mfe o mo maka ho na ama? Name it came from Kenya compare kwa Japan. It tells you say the party itself amanfo feel say there is no peace. Asumdweni ho. And it is better they solve their differences early. It is better they solve their problems early. 2028, we don't know what will happen. But some people they will still stay in opposition. The new patriotic party, me boy Romasoye. Wow, him nano, but take emotions and sentiments out. Let's deal with the substantive matter and deal with it well. There be a mechanism so I question kono no. Second, try ni mutu actually. And there be a problems no one. We will address the problems and the challenges. But be anybody here praise, we will give it to them. The new patriotic party, me no ka say enra. Me ho na de poku frame say memra na office me hwade. Me kopie mo ho a the new patriotic party omo the standing committees aba. Now standing committees in relation to the new patriotic party ahead of 2028. And to why I say there be a committee way, sa committee way for transport, sa committee way for communication, sa committee way for this, sa committee way for this, sa committee way for this. So the new patriotic party, or say election 2028, it is a make or break for the new patriotic party. If you look at elections, of course, in 2024, the performance of the new patriotic party was abysmal, it was symbolic, it was below belt. Now MP before performance, the last time I met say Yakwa now a political party also close to 1 million or over 1 million votes was in 2016 against the NPP. Whereby another Danko Akufo-Addo was a flag bearer for the new patriotic party, the presidential candidate of the NPP, against that time the incumbent. Already friend John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency. The new patriotic party, Ghana 40 Tumsa Dabi, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, or performance ring yet, a see a jaw kama oko. And the Ghana for Kwatuabano, over 1 million Ghanaians voted for Referendum and another Danko Akufo-Addo and the new patriotic party. Surprisingly, the new patriotic party goes to internal elections in 2023. In 2023, and the MPP Foko Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to be the flag bearer of the new patriotic party and the presidential candidate of the MPP. And the NPP was desperate in breaking the 8. The NPP, too desperate in breaking the 8. The NDC was too desperate in delaying the 8. And it was delaying and breaking the 8. And you say, if you look at this Fourth Republic, say, in this Fourth Republic, then a political party will break the 8. If you look at already, J.A. Kufuor wanted to do it in 2008. Now the Danko Akufo-Addo Ebon home so person me break the 8. The first run, now Akufo-Addo Danko was leading. The second run, already John Evans Atamos won the elections. Now, John Dramani Mahama takes over from already John Evans Atamos. Now, one most on the 24th of July 2012 was called by his maker. The say John Mahama Sorano passed as vice president. Around 6 p.m., Okofi, who was the substantive president. And His Excellency John Mahama took over from 2012. Wanted to break the 8 in 2016. He couldn't. Now the Danko Akufo-Addo won the elections for the new patriotic party. Akufo-Addo, it means 2 times continuous. Akufo-Addo wanted to break the 8. The NDC said they are going to delay the 8. The NPP said they are going to break the 8. And on the 7th of December 2024, around this time, Saturday, say, na Ghana for the Q tuaba. Amo tuaba the executive and the legislature. So the executive, any the presidential, no. Now legislature, no lawmakers, no parliamentarians, no. Surprisingly, the new patriotic party, around 9 a.m. Sunday morning, now presidential candidate of the new patriotic party, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia considered defeat. Because if you look at the gap between or no, and friend John Dramani Mahama, at that time His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was a former vice president, and also contested to be the president. Mahmoud Bawumia was a vice president, wanted to be the president of the Ghana, and then from the party of the new patriotic party. And here two abani now over 1.7 million 1.7 million votes gap between the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress. And as early as 9 a.m. Sunday morning, officially, and already did Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Babo on Tebeka say you're thrown in the towel. Or her results na ebana. Ya Kenyina ya the man mpwa. He's not going to be the president-elect for the Republic of Ghana. And His Excellency John Dramani Mahama winning elections. Before such elections, there was a strong contest between Canadian Compre Japan and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Take this. MPP for Munten ye. Munten ye take emotions and sentiments out. You cannot credit Chamo and I read your part to any, where a part to any. No clear woman said the truth is a better pill. No clear back up. Over Sunday, prior to the 2024 elections, the internal premise of the New Patriotic Party, there was a certain kind of fashion and camp. Nidi Eddie Canadian compare kwa Japan and over from Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Canadian compare kwa Japan 37.1. Take this. 37.1. Now before the primaries, Obiasa is a foregone conclusion. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. I listened to the big men in the New Patriotic Party. Ebi kra ka said Debi Mahmoud Bawumia nyakwa the 80%, 90%. Almost say it's a foregone conclusion for Bawumia because Bawumia no delegates need Jinidi and they feel and think that he can lead the party and break the 80. Onomde abana kwase share so. Kenya compare kwa Japan 37.1. Mahmoud Bawumia around 61 point something. And Obaye and obey the flag bearer and the presidential candidate of the MPP. Now, the NPP couldn't manage it well. No clear back up. The NPP, the fashions and camps, were already the Kenya compare kwa Japan. Any Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia camp, they couldn't solve it. They couldn't solve it. That thing affected the New Patriotic Party because when they were going for the internal elections, there was a lot of fashions and camps. Among for so Dabi, Bibia to becha, Yatua Beria, Bibia to becha, but Mekano Cratchel. That problem didn't help the New Patriotic Party. And where ideally, see Yatua Beria, not a party in Lusua, don't be surprised. You see big men coming out to say what they know. And to beto, Akufadu Mpamwa, Reshafe Kawasam Chakufada no one tie. And wako faunia and I offer. So I'm not my finance minister. A group baby 82 MPs gang up against the president said there be where they am panel. Akufa said there be one IMF no World Bank for dim come on a starting process no and human. So people had issues with it. A man for said there be now reshuffling. Nana a man for say mom one too arrogant. Ego so munipa or mumfa party in yashe. Akufa said munyabotre. It got to a point. The General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, the senior administrator of the party, Eba Bontebe Kacha Kufa Sonya reshuffling. Because no man kosu ye. No man ye. Wete sram. And the NPP lost the elections. And to a while, now there be a so okay, research, we nobody need the bomb, nobody need the bomb, nobody from all angles. It drew by the so. If you look at the flag bearer and that the presidential candidate of the MPP, because he is coming from a religion, a lot of people are coming from the majority religion are saying they are not going to vote for him. OTB. A do by the assembly before I research in Soviet, we are Soviet, you know, there be anywhere there was no findings. I about on say Nipania Camoninti and Traban Famano. And over I am paying football party. Omi J Kofon for Koya Kufa the fast who treat you, they are not happy, and they are happy the NPP is in opposition. I still remember one thing we refer J Kofo Kai was say it is better for your party to be in power. I will obey messenger than say your party is in opposition, now the general secretary of the party. NPP for opposition, now one that Omolai Bene water bill, Canada compare quite upon my mood by men Koko Tiae. Because administratively, Neska Bianiho. Meno Kasai. And no other than pokuji yachreme. So the New Patriotic Party and the standing committees aba. Na standing committees, you know. And ebia so ebia owura waben eba communication waben do nti sa dia do ko communication. Oh ade poku ya ade ye do ko ebia road. Ebia anka kakaba eba programs aya nti do ko security and intelligence. So the NPP want to form a unit, one umbrella, and fight against the NDC, rescue and capture power. Sa no moka. Enjanwa. Yawa and America's executive producer the better say if you look at Nipa Makuma Kunai, only Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Kokopre yana. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Amomo position. Now position of their mom, they are going to be chairman or co-chair of the standing committees. Standing committees. And you already edit or say your aduchum. When it comes to education, me I wasn't surprised. If you look at this Fourth Republic, whether it's ambiguous or not, whether it's debatable or not, open nipa bakwa a education sector no. Why yen here now man for bonabaso. Even the other side, or more munya MPP for nimpo, they don't even believe in the cardinal principle and ideology of the MPP. Or more bonabaswa or say you aduchum. And who nipa bakwa when it comes to the education sector. One medication in money ya, money ya fair. People are more company party, civil society is uncle for and they come out to say, or say you are doing performance was extraordinary. And I'm not surprised at all. So, Reverend Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and then KOKA education, also no one chairman for education committee. So I'm not surprised. Now, if you look at other portfolios, Canada compare kwa Japan, you have jobs and employment. I'll come there. Kwabreja Japan mo Echo Rose and other places. Now, edini ba bontimye ye no. Problem ba ko amanfo nyane say. Yehowa then a letter pop up on social media coming from the camp of Canada compare kwa Japan. Whether concocted, whether reality, whether fabricated, whether fake. A ba bontim say. And if you look at the signature, a Canada compare kwa Japan signature mo na essence. Now what say they na ekoswa. Keda compare kwa Japan some more Kenyan say if you look at Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ya mo de no ya mo fe say Keda compare kwa Japan agia wo de say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to ne nsa dia from so mo na no mo me ya adwuma na NDP timi ntu fa ne ntu mampa fa mfira ne mo ka no kredi a kire mo say adwuma no mo de man san kom na meye jobs and creation no owura ne din Keda compare kwa Japan no he is not ready for it. And if you look at this Kwabena Japan or Rose security and intelligence and defense Abrônye champion. Me patrol PTA. A bad one thing you know. If you look at all these four people, they are not the amount 4 times in what ye pa is Kenya compare kwa Japan. I've listened to the spokesperson. Say case obi spokesperson. He speaks the mindset of the person. And not some your beka is official. They be me when example me say. Obi is a coach akwesi apia. I'm a special aid. And the assembly Mekabiano represents the views of Kwesiapia. And the do Kwesiapia matter, I don't have a separate opinion to talk about it. So I say, my personal view, the orchard the Rebecca's the aid to coach Kwesiapia means Kwesiapia say classify in the matter. That's why I make it pa. So if you look at Kwesi Kwatia, he is the official spokesperson and the more referent Crìed complex kwa Japan. What's it? That is why I'm telling you, say the NPP, because of fastings and camps, you stay in opposition for long. Fasting and camps. But after you are not ready for unity, the NPP, I'm telling you. And you people are not ready. Kwasi Kwarteng say, Canada compare kwa Japan has been mute on this particular subject. On Kasai. Mute ni person what say. I da so beja tum. And as onion tum no, it rests in the bosom of Canada compare kwa Japan. I da so beja tum. And as onion tum no. Canada compare kwa Japan ni side. But if you look at all these 3 people, I'm calculating who money 4. I'm about me by come money 5. All these 3 people, they are willing and ready to work. They be ame come say, a pempe yesi ni pay no kwe ba kope. Mahmoud Bawumia and his camp and the NPP they don't learn. And I'm going to explain to you. I want to ask one thing. Tell me the letter neighbor Bonteno. I'm more kasa kedia compare kwa Japan. Or more than a chairman of jobs and employment. No, me kini de dim kumana so muni ni nkoma one first thing. Only ni dim nkoma no, e dia no kai. Was it a positive response or a negative response? You can even look at the demeanor and posture of someone. Or when the person was saying because nipa we dia was saying wona kuma mo na memko. Nipa we dia wa ya willing so na mebeko. And already a course so a wo tie kwasi kwati asem na wo kan yi a e kire say the new patriotic party or man your brother consultation for me. That is me. That is how I get it. That is how I understand it. Because Salet Webaba Bonteno. Nanka Maya mo background checks in every ama Bontene no man, there's some way in what my year. And it's a Nipane bar Bontia. The person is ready and accepted so Baba Yejuma. Go and listen to the official spokesperson for Kenya Compre Japon. Asama Okano or Patch that say Kenya Compre Japon has not taken a decision yet. And to be taking decision, a debate na mudi ni diba bon is a Kenya Compre Japon is going to be the chairman for jobs and employment. But hey, NPP young, dear Kosui, more and more critics are problem we are the mamu. And I'm going to explain to you. If you look at the internal premise of the NPP, issues near course, Edru Babino, the new patriotic party, faithful, or more mudiachri, or more Kasaman Payufobino, their all strategies and choices of West was attacking the persona, not attacking the issue. Me say, I believe in people who deal with issues. Or mere constructive criticism. Franco. Oko kan here bebuao. Ebiasema wukai now on top of the issue. Make sure there's a written document. Go and read this, go and read that, go and read that. Go and do this. And no, there's a clear difference between attacking the persona and attacking the issue. Two things. Now if